Welcome back to the Traveler Solo Scout campaign I'm doing here. Going to be leveraging the Mongoose 2nd Edition Traveler rules, as well as over here we'll be using the Zoser Solar rules. Also going to be tweaking the compendium here. We're using the Explorer rules. We've also got the Exploration rules. If you review the previous videos, you'll get an idea of the scope here. Just as a setup, we have our crew manning the ISS Intrepid, brand new refurbished, whatever, been through the shipyard, um, and brought up to snuff. And her job is going to be start scanning, surveying this whole subsector we have here. Starting out small though. This is a small spec ship. Here's the output base. We're on a kind of a desert rock. Here's our ship. And in the previous ones, I went ahead and mapped out the local star system they're in right now. And actually, that's the intent. They're going to check out one or two planets in the local system before jumping out and surveying the rest of the subsector. Just shake down the ship, shake down the crew. Got some background stories on the crew, especially the captain and the engineer. You can hear about them in previous, or I've also got more descriptive on my blog site, which I think the link, you can see it in the top right portion of my banner of my YouTube. But needless to say, Carol and Sonny, the engineer, Carol, the captain, have history, and we're going to have to roll for that. So I've got this filtered down just to the system we're in, and chosen initially. They're actually on this planet, and this is where the scout base is, right here. And you can see there's a lot of belts here. Actually, yeah, once you move out from where the scout base is, there's two small gas giants and then two planetary belts. And then if you move in, there's another belt, then a large gas giant. Interesting distribution. And then a planet relatively the size of Mercury, has a little bit of gravity, a little bit of atmosphere, got some oceans too, but ultimately is a desert. Then we got something the size of the moon, and then we've got some totally crazy weird thing right here. Size 10, I think it is. No, 9. Somewhat bigger than Earth. Right up there, it's boiling because it's so close to the sun. Hydrographically, it came out as a water world, but I don't think it's water. I think we can call it molten lava or something. Corrosive vac suit hellhole. Okay. So depending on how this survey goes, they may then fly to this planet and do a survey of it before returning to base and preparing, deal with any problems, and then preparing for their first jump out of the system. So that's how things look right now. But what I'm going to do first is I got this broken into some steps. And the first one is Captain Burnett, arrives at the scout base where her ship is waiting for her. She's the first one there. The crew hasn't quite got there. And the scout base has a commander on it. Not high rank, since this is a small scout base right now. It hasn't grown yet. But it would be interesting to check the relationship between Carol, scout service being relatively small. Well, everybody knows everybody, let's assume. And see what the response is, or the relationship first between Carol, potential, and the scout base commander. And then also see the scout base commander's reaction to Carol appearing. Okay. So I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to take a chance here and roll vassal dice. See what happens. Don't know why that won't go on front of that. So let's roll 2d6 and see what the number is. The first number being the 10s, second number is being the 0s. 51. Ooh. Wow. Related. but not that great. Let's think. Probably extended family from the water planet if you read her background. If you read her background, she came from a water planet, went through a bunch of stuff. She's been really not handled well. So that's interesting. Related but cold. Okay. I'll type up something behind that. So, going to be strictly professional. I don't know. So, the next thing she lands, so we've got the relationship, but there now is a table in the Zoser that does, there's an NPC reaction table. So let me find that. Starts on page 36. So let's go to page 36. Random roles. NPC reactions. Let's see what we get there. Okay. I guess we'll roll on that. I don't think I'll modify it. But let's see her relations reaction to her arriving. +1 for possession of carousing or liaison. Nope. Nope. Not world population. Social standing 3 points or higher. Or lower than the NPC. Police or naval crewman. That one I may use. -2. We'll keep this, so I'll apply this one to take into effect that cold. So we're going to do a -3. I don't know why naval crewmen would do that. Let's see. -3. And this is 2d6 again. 8, 3, 5. Guarded. Does not trust. Will show no favors. Perfect. So, not going to get much help from the base commander. So we'll incorporate that in our story. So next, we're going to take into effect Sonny arriving at the scout base. That's a little tougher. There is a table for that too. Let's do that. And this is actually, yeah, this is the character reaction table. So let's see if it's here. Yeah, they don't have it there. Keeping through, sorry about that. And it's not here. Okay, well that's fine. We'll do a, and I didn't record the page number. Okay, so let's see if we can find it. Okay, where is the character reaction table? I think it's just the reaction table. Let's try that. I think he calls it character, but then he doesn't label it that way. Reaction table. Oh, here we go. In-game reactions using 2d6 reaction table, character in times of stress, fear. That's it. Area to jump, what better time, the various can 8+ to avoid a bad reaction. I guess I could roll on that, and then we see if we roll on this, okay? So, but as a referee, I think I'm going to do a -2 because of their past history. Okay, I can do that. I'm the ref. Let's see what we get. See if we get a bad reaction. -2. 7, 6, 5. We get a bad reaction. Use the reaction table. Yeah, we're going to have to do it. and that's no surprise. Let's see what Sonny's reaction is. One table, here we go. Seeks solace. Wow. Okay, wow. Okay, this is not setting up for a great crew here. That's his response. Treats to a regular addiction. Could be drugs. We'll have to think about that. Wow, we're setting up our crew for failure already. The engineer is not a happy camper. So let me put that in my list here. Bob and Mary arrived. Now I'm not going to roll for them because Bob was just chosen, and Mary was known by Carol from a previous survey, so that should be okay. They don't have a pre-existing relation, and I don't think there's not going to be reactions. I think what I've got is enough. Carol's got her work cut out for her. Her related base commander who doesn't like her and is not going to go out of his way to help her, and now her ex who has some kind of addiction and is going to withdraw, which could affect his performance. So the crew is here. All right, let's see where we're at of time. So we got some food for chewing there. So what we're going to do next now is we're going to follow the Zoser checklist here for scouts, which of course I don't have that page either. Let's see what it is. Scouts 102. And we're going to put some stuff together here. Yeah, here's the checklist. We've got this, got that, got that, got that. We did all this. So now we're not necessarily jumping, but we'll go ahead and roll through these. So we're going to do a starport encounter prior to liftoff, although we've had enough of those. And a starship encounter potentially on our way out. There's a frontier. Then you've got onboard event. And we don't have to do 4 because we're already in the system. And then we got to do a survey. We've already done that. And we've already done the discovery survey targets. Let's say another team did that. So we will have to calculate travel time and then a landing. I think if we can get that far, I'll be happy. And then it'll be time to kind of chew on what put some color on what really happened. So let's go to the Starport encounter table. And that is on page 39. Apparently, yeah, Starport. There we go. And let's pull, this is, yeah, whatever. Okay. Maybe I'll do a different window. Here's the Starport encounter. And we've got to roll 2d6. Let's see what happens. And we get a 36. Okay. Well, that's nice. There must be police. Doesn't really affect us, but we'll put that in for events here. So on the Starport, we got there's a free trader crew that got arrested. Arrested and their ship seized. Wow. Something illegal going on in this area, in this subsector? I mean, the subsector has already been scoured through by traders, or frontline traders, so we can build something around that. So that's interesting. Just as we're about to go off, we see that. So we'll incorporate that in it. And then we got a ship encounter. And we're on the frontier. So we'll roll on here. Yeah, -1 for class X. That makes sense because we don't expect a lot of travel here. So we're going to roll 2D and subtract 1 to see the starport encounter. 8. Nope, no encounter. Makes sense. Alright, so we are underway, making way. So let's see. No starport encounter, so we go back to the checklist, and I got it on another screen here. Look at the scout checklist here. I think it was 102. Yep, that was it. So we've done that. Now we have oh boy. Yeah, we're going to have to build a story around this. So let's do an onboard encounter. That's on page 110. Let's see what happens there. Yep. Okay, so again, another D66. No modifiers. Oh boy, really? Right out of the bat? Okay. Crewman saves another. Okay, I think I can build a story around that. I know what that's going to be. We got problems. Sonny gets in trouble. And I'll roll to see who saves it. Crewman saves Sonny's life because he's the one with the problems. Let's see. Got the captain. We got 3 people. So we'll just go 1, 2 captain, 3, 4 astrogator, 5, 6 Mary. Let's see who did it. 1, 2, 3 Bob. Bob the astrogator. Bob did it. Okay. So we have to unpack that, but they're alive. Okay. So Sonny's a problem, and he's revealed it pretty soon. Okay. So the next step is we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We already did that. You can look at the previous video, or I'll show you them. Okay. Decide what to investigate first and calculate travel time. Let's see, what are we at? We're at 18 minutes. We're good. We're going to have to unpack all this stuff. So, like I said, we've already got the survey targets. There we go. Animal life, fumularies. Maybe we'll just do it one by one. It doesn't matter here. So let's calculate the transit event, and then we got to calculate the travel time. Okay. So let's go back here, and I know there's a place to calculate travel time. Ship, the mission. I got 6 months. There's our ship. Onboard events. Wow, crewman saves another life. Nice. Surveying the system. We'll see this when we jump. We'll have to pick which system. Orbits and planets, other stars. We've done that. Yep. And we've got a garden, and we can name them. So what we need to do is calculate travel time. Sorry, I didn't put the pass. I should put the page down for this. I don't know what travel time will affect us. Hydrographics. Wow, this is problematic if I can't find it. There's a whole section on travel time. Alright, here's the travel time in system, interplanetary system right here. So I'm going to grab the page here, page 128. I may make just a reference sheet for this. And we're in the inner system, so we use these numbers, and then we'll have to calculate how long. So let's roll 1d6 and see how far. There we go. 500 million kilometers. Okay, and then the other thing we have to figure out, I think that's it. Yep, here we go. Yeah, if I want to do it in my head, that's fine. But I believe we are a 2G ship. I think I got the specs on that. Nope, I don't have them, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2G ship. Yeah, here's our crew. There, there, and there. So our crew are in the ship. Mary, Sonny, the engineer, and then the astrogator and the captain. I don't know if that's how it's done, but there they go. And I'm pretty... Oh, wait, is it over here? No, it's not. Okay. Pretty sure it's a 2G ship, so we'll leave this up over here. So we'll just use that and I'll fix it later. So we got a 2G ship and we want to go 100 million. This is 100,000. Wow, this is 1 million. 1 million with a 2G is, we'll just say 4 hours. 4-hour transit. Long enough for Sonny to get himself in trouble. I'll have to calculate fuel later. A lot of bookkeeping here, but maybe that's the draw of the campaign. So after liftoff, took about 4 hours. We get around the planet. Okay. The next thing after arriving is, yeah, we already identified our locations we want. So I don't think we need to scan anything. We've already, well, I just did the survey scans previously and you saw the 3 results there. That's when you do it right there. Oh, okay, let's do this. Let's see. Locating survey targets. A scan to start out the career of composite general map. Okay, so now we roll 3 times. And we also roll 2d6 hours for the scan. Okay, so let's put that in. So we scan the site. This is page 126. So we've got already that, but the actual time we're going to have to take is 2d6 hours scanning. Let's see how long we scan. 5 hours scan. So this is almost the first day, depending on what time you left. So, and then we rolled 3 times and we got our targets. If you want to do a second search, then it's 1 to 3 days, randomized, and other searches are 7. But we'll go with that initial scan there. So we are... when we got a roll saved his life if he was injured. Wow, I've got a lot of work to do here. And then we've got the arrival. Landing. So we're going to go to the first site. And here's where I'm going to pull out the companion and see what kind of starship landing we have. Oh, we got distance and distance. And this is compendium on page 87. So let's see the distance. If the travelers fly around looking for somewhere suitable, they must make a difficulty. That's okay. We'll just do this. See what this is. And apply the effects as a DM on a starship landing table. To affect how close we can come to our site. Okay. Make a difficulty 10 plus electronics, sensors, and check 2D times 10 minutes intelligence and apply the effect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're not going to fly around. I'm assuming we found our targets just because I don't know how this will be a big DM. So I think what we're going to do, oh, TD plus effect. That's how you get it. Okay. I guess we could apply it. A difficulty 10 plus electronics. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's exercise it. Let me pull up the characters. All right, since Mary is the researcher, she's got electronics. I'm going to use her as our sensor operator. Let's see what Bob has. Oh, wait, no, Bob has sensors 1. Good deal. All right, Bob, you're the man. He's going to do the scan here. So Bob's got a -1 on sensors. Good choice. So let's see what we got to do. I mean, he's got to roll 10 plus, so he's got a +1 on that. Okay, and then this is how long it takes. So let's go ahead and try that. 2D plus 1. Let me sense it. Let's do this. Scan for landing site Bob. And let's see what we get. So I got to roll 2D, and I do a +1, and the effect is a modifier. Bob rolls a 7, which gives a -3. -3. Okay. So I think I did that right. The effect is either how much you're above or below the 10, and didn't get the 10 plus, so it's not a positive effect. So we're not going high, so yeah. Let's see. 6, 7 with this plus. Down 7 is 3 below, -3. So we'll roll the time in a second. So -3 on 2d6 again. 9 is 6. 2dx minus size code for the time. Wow, that's kind of Byzantine. Okay, let's try this. Get this thing. What does that mean? A suitable landing site is located within 2 dice times the planet's size code from the, I assume that's measured in clicks. 2D times the planet's size code. Okay, so we can look that up. I need to put all this in a procedure. Planet size is 3. So 2D times 3. Wow. Distance, clicks. 2D. Of course we roll high. Wow, Bob. You dropped the ball. 11 times 3 is 33 kilometers. Okay, right. 33 kilometers. That is one heck of a trip. Okay, that's our landing site. Great. Bob, this isn't looking promising for this crew yet. Okay, and then we got to roll how long it takes to scan for this. 2D times 10. And the int check. Let's see what the int is. 8. Nothing. 2D. So it's just a straight 2D roll times 10 minutes. So let's see how long it took Bob to do that. 80 minutes. So Bob's scanning, 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 and it's the best I can do is 33 kilometers. Wow. He was too busy saving Sonny's life, I guess. Now let's look at the landing. The landing is no more difficult or hazardous than usual. A suitable landing area. Yeah, they found a suitable landing site. Yeah, that's what that says. Okay. No more difficult or hazardous than usual. If the other hand, the travelers choose to put their ship down right here, they could go for a wilderness landing. Okay, the pilot must make a diff. 10 plus dex. Let's look at Carol. 8 doesn't help. I'll look at her pilot skill. Pilot skill 0. Nope, she's not going to take a chance this first time. So instead she's going to go for the suitable landing site, which means it's no harder than normal. So let's see. Still think you have to roll on that, but we don't have to roll on this table. That's good. So let's see what we have to roll for an okay landing. Alright, let's see. I don't have the starship rules up. Let me check those. Okay, we've got it here. I'm going with the average. 8 plus. We'll keep it that. We don't want to make it. Yeah, we'll go with average. We'll have to look at pilot. She does... Yeah, pilot 0. That's good. She's proficient at flying. So we're going to do that. I do have 8 plus. I can look at this and say task difficulty 8 plus, and if you do extra time, plus 2. I think Carol's going to take her time on this one. She's a little concerned things haven't gotten off to the right foot here, so Carol's going to take her time. Let's see. So we got to do an average with a plus 2. Let's see if she pulls it off. Good. Okay. And plus 2 on that. So plus 1, plus 5, success. Average check. Successful landing. All right. And I think that's as far as I'm going to go. Our crew have successfully made it to their first survey target, although it's an air raft trip for 33 clicks. Wow. On a desert planet. I'll calculate the time. So basically, to recap, which I'm going to have to go through and think about, Carol arrives at the scout base, finds a relative. Wow. I guess from her home planet who wasn't impressed with her and everything that went on. You can check her backstory. And the NPC doesn't trust her and will show no favors. So don't expect anything from the base commander. Sonny arrives at the scout base, sees Carol, and basically the reaction is withdraw and addiction, drugs or alcohol. Bob and Mary arrive and don't realize what they're getting into. Got a kind of icy reaction from the commander probably also. And then in the Starport, as they're preparing to leave, a free trader crew was arrested and seized. So that's something to think about for what's going on here. There may be something fishy going on, either in the system and or the subsector. So they man up and lift off, and I don't think takeoff has any. Yeah. Okay, takeoff isn't a problem, so I think we're okay. They do take off, and then but on transit something happens, and Bob saves Sonny's life. Maybe doing something engineering related. Sonny wasn't paying attention, and Bob saved his life. So we're gonna have to figure out how that plays in. 4-hour transit time. I'll have to calculate the fuel. That's gonna be 5 hours. We'll just say. And then they scan the planet for 5 hours. Bob does. Got the targets. And then Bob scans for a landing site near the next first target. And it's the best he can do is 33 kilometers away. That's not promising. But at least one good thing, Captain Burnett nails the landing. So that's where we're at right now. So there's already drama going on here. I'll have to unpack and see how it affects the rest. So again, thanks for listening as we join our ISS Intrepid. Not off to the greatest start here, but we'll see how things go on site for their first survey. All right. So if you liked, please click like, subscribe for further notices. Otherwise, see you at the next one to see what happens to our merry crew from the ISS Intrepid. Thanks for listening.